What happened when your private outscored the entire platoon on the ExpertInfantry Badge? Private Curtis Lowe showed up to our unit looking like he'd gotten lost on the way to a library. Skinny kid, thick glasses held together with electrical tape. Spoke so quietly you had to lean in to hear him. Been in the Army 8 months. Barely passed his physical fitness test. During rifle qualification, he shot expert, but everyone figured it was luck. The guy looked like a strong wind could knock him over. Our platoon sergeant, Russell Finch, had 22 years in, 3 combat deployments, chest full of ribbons. When he announced EIB testing, everyone got serious. The ExpertInfantry Badge isn't some participation trophy. It's one of the hardest awards in the Army. 10 days of brutal testing. Land navigation, weapons, first aid, physical tasks, 50% failure rate. Finch looked directly at Curtis. Lowe, you sure you want to attempt this? It's voluntary. No shame in sitting it out your first year. Curtis nodded quietly. I'd like to try, Sergeant. Half the platoon laughed. Our best soldiers were competing. Griffin Kent, former college athlete. Donovan Pierce, Ranger qualified. Sterling Wade, 3 deployments under his belt. Then there was Curtis, who tripped over his own boots during last week's ruck march. Day 1, land navigation. You get grid coordinates, have to find points in the woods using just a map and compass. 4 hours, 8 points. Most guys found 5 or 6. Curtis found all 8 with 40 minutes to spare. Walked back to the start point while everyone else was still stumbling through the trees. Finch checked his scorecard twice. Low, you sure you didn't get lucky on the first couple points and guess the rest? No, Sergeant. Use terrain association and pace count. Check my work with backstops. Day 2, weapons assembly. Blindfolded. M4, M240, M2, 50 cal. You get timed on how fast you can disassemble and reassemble in the dark. Griffin Kent held the battalion record. 3 minutes 40 seconds on the 50 cal. Curtis did it in 2 minutes 58 seconds with 0 errors. The testing NCO thought his stopwatch was broken. Made Curtis do it again. 2 minutes 53 seconds the second time. Day 3, first aid. You get combat scenarios. Sucking chest wound, arterial bleeding, shock treatment. Have to perform under pressure while evaluators yell at you. Curtis worked through every task like he was following a recipe. Calm, methodical, perfect technique. Evaluators couldn't find a single mistake. By day 4, people were noticing. This quiet kid who nobody paid attention to was smoking everyone. Perfect scores on every event. Day 5, physical tasks. 12-mile ruck march with full gear, followed by obstacle course. The part that breaks most soldiers. Sterling Wade was our platoon's best runner. Did the ruck in 2 hours 15 minutes, completely gassed. Curtis finished in 2 hours flat. Then ran the obstacle course like it was a warm-up. Wasn't even breathing hard. Finch pulled him aside that night. Lowe, where the hell did you learn all this? My dad's sergeant, he was infantry. Trained me growing up. What unit was your dad with? 10th Mountain Division. Sergeant Major Hugh Lowe. Every senior NCO in the battalion knew that name. Hugh Lowe was a legend. 3 silver stars, fought in Panama, Iraq, Afghanistan, retired as the division's senior enlisted advisor. Finch's jaw dropped. Sergeant Major Lowe is your father? Yes, Sergeant. He taught me everything since I was 8 years old. Map reading, weapons, first aid, ruck marching. Wanted me prepared if I enlisted. Day 10, final evaluation. Every soldier who'd made it this far competed. 23 started. 9 remained. The test combined everything. Navigate to a weapons cache, assemble a weapon blindfolded, treat a casualty, move them to an extraction point. All within 90 minutes. Griffin Kent finished with 12 minutes left. Solid performance. Donovan Pierce finished with 15 minutes left. Impressive. Curtis finished with 28 minutes left. 0 deficiencies on the scorecard. When final scores posted, Curtis Lowe had the highest score in battalion history. Beat the previous record by 18 points. Finch called formation. Lowe, front and center. Curtis marched up, still quiet and unassuming. This private just embarrassed every swinging dick in this platoon. Perfect scores on 9 out of 10 events. Why didn't you tell anyone you were Sergeant Major Lowe's son? Curtis shrugged. Didn't want special treatment, Sergeant. Wanted to earn my own reputation. Griffin Kent started clapping. Then Donovan. Then the whole platoon. Standing ovation for the skinny kid who'd been invisible for 8 months. But the real story came out during the EIB ceremony. Sergeant Major Lowe showed up in uniform. Retired 3 years but came out of retirement to pin the badge on his son. When he stepped up to Curtis, the entire battalion snapped to attention. Even the colonel looked nervous. Hugh Lowe pinned the badge on Curtis's chest, then said loud enough for everyone to hear, "I trained you to be invisible until it mattered. You did that perfectly. Proud of you, son." Curtis had been playing dumb the whole time. Kept his head down, appeared weak, learned everything about the unit while nobody paid attention to him. His dad had taught him that the quietest soldiers are often the most dangerous. That reputation means nothing until you prove it when it counts. Finch promoted Curtis to specialist 6 months later. Put him in charge of training new privates. The skinny kid with taped glasses became the platoon's go-to instructor for anything technical. Griffin Kent asked him once, "How long were you planning to play the weak soldier act?" Curtis smiled. Long as it took to figure out who actually knew their stuff and who was just loud. Turned out the library kid had been studying all of us the whole time.